Hello everyone, my name is Sandra Ainebiona. Welcome to Juro Street Law. We are on the streets of Kampala to discuss about the enlightening topic of DNA. Join me as we find out the public's perspective on this intriguing topic. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, what is your name please?
I'm Bill German Rodiasiata. I'm a law student at Victoria University and a Uganda by nationality, and I'm so much obliged to be on this platform to express my dear thinking on the topics that's trending in the country today. Yes.
What do you understand about DNA?
Now, DNA basically, this is a genetic relation between people. You get it can deal with the blood and the hormones. You get, but basically to know the belonging of a person, you get the clan, the tribe, and the rightful parent and maternal, like the parents of the person and their relatives.
Well, DNA is from the genes of people or cell. So not that this is a cell from this one cell, from you to another. It is a way to differentiate man from another.
What I understand about DNA is about DNA is an abbreviation, yeah? But then, how should I put it then? It's about finding out, it's something to do about the genes. Yes, so finding out whether your genes correspond with the other person's genes, something of that sort. Yeah.
All I know from my science, DNA is the oxyribonucleic acid, and this DNA basically defines the physical and genetic components of human beings.
The DNA is a scientific word. It's a scientific expression. I am not a scientist to ably interrogate that, but what I know is that it's the genetical composition, the genetical framework of an individual, and it is a chemical component, if I would call it a chemical component, that defines the genetical makeup of an individual.
I understand that it's a way of proving paternity. Yeah. Okay, it may not necessarily be only about paternity, but proving that there is a relation in blood, genotype, and genes, something like that.
DNA, it's a procedure that I know when someone has a doubt about the paternity or maternity. I don't know whether it works on maternity, but paternity mainly, paternity issue. Someone can go and check to confirm the paternity.
Should the man who is not the biological father be required by the law to continue taking care of that child?
Yeah, because I think parenting or fatherhood is not about you being the biological father of the kid. It's about taking up a responsibility. And if someone stands in the gap of taking up that responsibility, qualifies to be a father. Yeah, it's not about you donated. The other one is just a donation of a sperm. Does not really say that you are a father. Yeah, someone who takes up the responsibility of bringing up a child, taking care of that person, basic needs, education, deserves to be called a father. Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. You see, the thing should be looked into two perspectives. There's this perspective of whereby I know you're not the biological father of the child, but you are the one who has the capacity. You are the one who is capable of taking care of the child, and also the child feels okay with you, because me and you at the end of the day, as Ugandans, we look forward to building a generation that is good, that generation to live, that generation to build our country.
Yes, because you see, children are children. The responsibility does not necessarily have to fall on the biological parents. I remember us growing up, we were raised by different people, and they still didn't treat us in any other way compared to their biological children. So if people really have to use DNA in order to take responsibility for children in the country, then that means that they are selfish to some level. Yeah.
Yes and no. Yes, in such a way, you see what happened, it depends on the timing. For example, if someone can recognize that this kid at a tender age, like maybe at the birth, and you recognize that this kid is not yours, then that one, there's no reason what you can stop. But just imagine you've lived with that kid for more than 10 or 15 years. You've bonded, you've done everything, so that means you have. How can you live? That kid has exited from being your child to even being a friend. So basically, you're supposed to stay living.
Well, when it comes to responsibility, I think it's very important for him to carry out that role, because I don't think it's in any way the child's reason or cause of not knowing, not being the child of the father. So I think it's actually very important to continue taking care of the child.
My opinion on this is structured in two ways. One, being the African notion of parenthood, and two, the legal notion of parenthood. And I think each one has the discretion of deciding what he or she wants. In Africa, traditionally, we became parents and raised children not because we produced them, but we had the understanding that this is an entirely different and unique individual that has nothing to do with how he or she was produced. So in that regard, we would see eminent Africans pick up community children and raise them and adopt them and have them as their children.
Do you think it's a good idea for children to take tests to find out who their real parents are?
What does the real parent mean? The real parent is to take care of you, to educate you, to marry you, to give you life. That's what you need. What else do you need? What does your father do? Even if he's not mine, but if you grew up in my home and I've taken care of that child, even if he was not mine, what do you mean to know that your real father? What does your real father mean? Just a sperm. I mean, you were just a man like any other. You were just a child like any other. So if I take care of you, not knowing, why do you want now to bring other issues?
Do you think children should have the right to find out who their real parents are?
Yes, they have the right. It is very, very important, but it is not so. It is important for the kid, but what is important is that kid. If that kid is not getting a good care of the person he is and is doubting, maybe he can do that. But if someone is paying for you, taking all the dues, you are studying, then why are you opening a Pandora box? Why are you going to the adult thing that you are not? So basically, that's what I'm thinking.
Do you think children have the right to find out who their real parents are?
Yeah, they have all rights, definitely, to understand. There's so much attached to DNA and where you come from, so it's important for the kids to know who their real father is and where they come from generally. So
Now, for you to venture into unknown, to destabilize people, it's not fair. It's not fair to this country, it's not fair to families. That would happen if there's a contentious issue in a family. They can go for testing. But to make it a law, I think it is so redundant, it is unfair to society. I don't know where it came from and its intention. Sometimes we don't know the intention of men. Because whoever starts it, he has other hidden agenda. What is the hidden agenda? What is it? You want to destabilize the country of Uganda? You want to destabilize homes? What is it that you want to destroy? I think that law is not even necessary. And I hope it will die a natural death. Because it's not fair to man.
Do you think the government should put up specific rules to manage the DNA testing?
Yes, I have a feeling that it should be regulated. And this is the kind of regulation that I would prefer to see in place. Guidance and counseling. Okay? Just as it is for people who go for HIV tests, you find a counselor there. He first offers you the counseling so that you are psychologically prepared for what you're going for. And the same situation should apply for DNA. So these people that conduct DNA should be required as a matter of law to have guidance sessions where they counsel the parties that are involved to make sure that this father that is undertaking DNA test is prepared for the results, so as to avoid these situations that we are seeing, people falling off the buildings and others committing suicide, others exercising violence against issues, the children that they find that they are not theirs. So there should be counseling as such and as a requirement of the law before one can undertake to have a DNA test. Oh yeah.
Thank you for staying with us throughout this discussion with the public about DNA. For more information and news on the go, kindly download our app Juro Media from Google Play Store, and you can follow us on all our social media platforms for more information, and you can click on the link below for more content. Thank you.